Remembrance Day, a time to reflect and a day for Canadians to remember those who fought for their country and those who lost their lives in the process. For one Centennial student, November 11th is both a chance to look back on the history and to proudly share the stories of his own family's unique involvement in wars past.
The war really resonates with me and my family. We have some deep history and deep roots within the First and Second World War. And one story that really stuck with me that my dad always told me was about my great-great-uncle, Lauren Hunter, who was in the 49th Battalion in the First World War. And his brother was a gunnery sergeant in the same battalion. They were both fighting in World War I. His name was Walter. Lauren was in the trenches. He was down with the grit and the grime of the war. And so Walter felt that it'd be safer to get his brother transferred into his artillery unit as he was a gunnery sergeant. And so he did so. And on October 8th, 1916, Lauren was sniped in the neck during the Battle of the Somme. And as the story goes, he died in his brother's arms. In 2014, there was a 100-year World War I anniversary story, and the Toronto Star came to my house because they discovered his initials in a cave in France, engraved October 5th, 1916, so 3 days before he died. And that hit me hard because his picture's up on my wall in my house, and it just makes me proud to have members of my family who served for our country and to protect our land and the freedoms of all people. That's something that's really stuck with me through my time and something that's made me proud.
Yeah, and obviously we're talking about events that have happened, 75 plus years ago. And so do you think having a personal connection to some people who served their part in the war makes it a little easier to kind of appreciate it modern day for someone like yourself?
Yeah, I really do. Like I said, it just makes me proud to think about a 15-year-old kid who was brave enough to lie about his age and go fight in one of the most horrific wars if not the most horrific war of all time, the Second World War, where we were facing just the epitome of evil, that being the Nazi regime. So, yeah, I don't think I would be brave enough to do that. It just makes me so proud to have a member of my family like that, and it definitely makes it easier because people who are new to Canada or who don't understand the Remembrance Day, you got to understand that military history may be rich to us, but military is a total different representation in other people's countries. So I think it's important to wear this, but if it's your choice not to, then that's totally fine. It's totally up to the person, but to me, since I have a personal connection, I think, it resonates heavily with me. I have a quote here from Walter Leving, Lauren's older brother, who was the one who suggested he'd be transferred over to his gunnery artillery unit. And this is what Walter said. He said he wrote to his parents and said, "You no doubt know by this time all about poor Lauren being killed. I cannot begin to tell you how bad I feel," Walter wrote his parents. "Well, Mother dear and Dad, I suppose this will just about break your heart. But please remember he was killed in a charge. He had gone right up to the German parapet when a bullet hit him in the throat. He never knew anything about it. He was just hit and he fell. Never suffered one bit." Lauren's death devastated his family, who had moved to Edmonton before the war.